Well, folks, welcome to another edition of Calgary Living, Real Estate and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Bryon Howard, and today I have the good fortune of having a long time, I'm not going to say friend, but maybe virtual friend in the social world, media world that we all live in today. Someone I've been following and admiring her path and what she does, Joanna Ford. Joanna, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Bryon.
Joanna, I've been sort of aware of your work, your activities, mostly your activities, but I think of it as work as well. I think of you as a lover of the outdoors, and we're involved in a few groups together, maybe a meetup or on Facebook kind of groups, and have a similar community. And I think I've been kind of aware of you for at least a couple of years. But Joanne, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and maybe a little snapshot on yourself right now.
Yeah, so in my spare time, I like to run in the mountains. And then also more recently, I've taken up backcountry skiing and also long distance backpacking. So that's where I spend most of my spare time. And then in my professional life, I manage a fitness center. So I work in corporate fitness with employees, just helping them with stress management and managing the employee fitness center.
Very cool. And is that a downtown type job, or is it a one-on-one in people's homes? How has COVID changed that for you in the past couple of years? How's that work? What kind of work is that, or what's that work like?
Yeah, so it's a full gym. So we have like group exercise studios and strength training, cardio, all of that. And it's changed a lot because of COVID. Gyms have been shut down a couple times. So I've got to learn about working from home. I lead like virtual stretch breaks. I teach classes inside my house, and my house is very small, so that's a bit awkward. But yeah, it's been interesting trying to pivot and figure out how I can still be useful when my facility that I manage is closed.
Interesting. Wow. And so as a manager of that facility, have you kept working the entire COVID time? Have they figured out how to, use you virtually and not cut you from work, or how? I'm just curious on that.
So I've been extremely fortunate. I've maintained a job this entire time. All of the other fitness staff have been let go or temporarily laid off at some point during the pandemic. So I'm kind of the last person standing. It's been quite stressful, but I feel like we're slowly maybe coming to the end, and hopefully I can hire some people back.
Very cool. Joanna, I was telling you a little bit about my podcast that I've been going for at least a couple of years now. And I've had between this and a couple other little activities, I have at least 100 interviews that I've done, and I've really enjoyed it. And it's a little focused on Calgary real estate, but it's more focused on people that I admire in our city and want to meet, want to interview. Tell me a little bit about your Calgary experience. How long have you lived in Calgary? Where did you come from? What brought you to Calgary? What strikes you about Calgary these days?
Yeah, so I moved to Calgary when I was 2, so this is basically my hometown. And I'm in Bowness right now, and I've lived in Bowness 4 different times throughout my Calgary life. So this is definitely my favorite neighborhood within the city. When I was younger, I wasn't a huge fan of Calgary, and I always wanted to move out to Vancouver because I thought it had much better weather and much nicer mountains. But now, as I've built up a community around me, I actually think Calgary is probably one of the best cities you could possibly live in if you're into trails and outdoor activities. I love that we're sunny most of the year, and we have great access to lots of trails, and it's just an easy highway drive to get out to the mountains. So for me, Calgary is the absolute best place to live.
Nice. So you identify with being a trail runner, like first and foremost. How long have you been a trail runner? What were your high school sports, for example?
Yeah, so in high school, I kind of dabbled in a lot of stuff, but I wasn't committed to anything. The sport I did the most was actually wrestling, which I absolutely loved. My last year, I injured my shoulder, so that kind of put a damper on it. And then I didn't carry it on to university because wrestling and university, you weren't allowed to have a job at the same time. And so for myself, that was a bit challenging. I had to choose between a sport or working a job. So I chose to have a job. and that was the end of my wrestling career. But for running, I've always wanted to be a runner. Terry Fox was my idol as a child, and I always thought it was the coolest thing. But I always ran on the roads. I never really knew about trail running. So I discovered trail running maybe in 2009 or 2010. I went out with a group called Trail Trash that a friend introduced me to, and we went out, and the run was way longer than advertised, like an extra 8 kilometers, I think, which to me now doesn't seem like a big deal, but at the time it was a massive deal. And I ran out of food, and I couldn't believe that we were running for so long, and the road runner and me kind of panicked a little bit. But I got to the end, and I felt great, and I had a great time. So that's kind of how I started with trail running.
Very cool. Does Trail Trash still exist, that group?
Doesn't exist in the same way. So I'm still in touch with a lot of the original Trail Trash members. These are like the very old school original ultra runners. We had an email group that the leader would send out an email every week to say where we were going. But the leader doesn't run anymore, and he's moved away. So the group is kind of dispersed since then.
And so you know how I think I'm like a normal kind of average person in that I will somehow get an email or be on Facebook, and I'll hit a link that's something like that may be of interest to me, and I'll join a group. I have done that with Meetup, for example, and actually Calgary Roadrunners. So when I first moved to Calgary in 2003, I was quite involved with the Calgary Roadrunners and their trail running cup or something, where they have this series throughout the winter. And I recently attended a meet just before Christmas, and I really enjoyed it. Actually, maybe it was November, but I haven't done anything with them for, 15 years or something. But are you very involved with a group? I think you are. Are you involved with a meetup trail group?
Yeah, so I'm on the Calgary Roadrunner board, so I'm highly involved with them.
Okay.
And in addition, the Calgary Trail Runners meetup group, I've run with them for many years, kind of off and on, not a regular attender to the Tuesday evening runs. They don't work with my schedule, but I do get out with them. And then I've just started posting meetups on there for Tuesday morning, because that does work with my schedule. So I'm hoping to get some more people out.
Well, tell us about okay, so actually just to make it normal for any of our listeners here, like I assume with your even Calgary Roadrunners, but more the Calgary Trail Running group on Meetup, there's maybe there's 1,000 people in that group. Do you have any idea? And like how many people actually come? Like is it 12 or 10 or 20?
Yeah. So
and it's okay. Like that's okay, isn't it? Like, so your Tuesday meeting group, maybe I can go check it out and I can join and and I can run with you. That's an option, right?
Yeah. So that's what's so awesome about Calgary Trail Runners is they're super inclusive. So their Tuesday evening groups in the winter, it's smaller, and then it grows to it's quite large in the summer. And it's people of all levels. And the one thing you should know is that often they're running outside of cell range. So you do need to be kind of responsible for yourself and know about the trails, because it is possible you could get lost and no one could find you. So that is the one thing to know about trail running. But yeah, the groups are very accepting of all speeds for running. Mm-hmm. My Tuesday morning group right now, we only have maybe 5 people coming out, but we're only on run number 4 or 5. So I'm hoping it'll grow a little bit from there, and then we can have a few more speeds included.
Tell me about your Tuesday morning group. What time do you meet? Where do you meet? And why did you start that? Tell me a little bit about why Joanna started a Tuesday morning group within the meetup group of, what is it, Calgary Trail Running Group? Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I post on there because I really like what the organizers have done within the Calgary Trail Runners in terms of building a community. So I just wanted to participate a bit more with that, but my schedule doesn't work for Tuesday evenings. So I was feeling kind of left out. So just kind of lonely, to be honest.
Yeah. So you're like, there's no need to feel left out because you can organize one, right? Be the change you want to see, I guess.
Exactly. That's kind of the person. Generally, if I have a problem, then I'm like, okay, how can I fix this problem? So my problem was I wanted friends. So now I've invited people to. Yeah, exactly.
And so
Sorry, go ahead.
What time on Tuesday morning do you meet?
Yeah, so we've been meeting at 7:30 because I don't have to work until 10.
That's
And then
reasonable.
we've been meeting in Northwest Calgary. So each week we've been switching locations, either Nose Hill or Pascapoo, which is right by my house, or Beaumont. So we're just alternating locations, and I'll post it maybe like 5 days beforehand so people know where to go.
And then are you like, is it a no drop run? Like, what happens if someone shows up who's like running way slower than you, and then becomes miserable for you? Or does that happen with you? I mean, it happens with me, but
Yeah, well, I try to be quite descriptive for the run, that it's a social run, it's not a workout. So if you're coming to do your tempo run, you should not come.
Right.
And you should expect, so I say, like, we'll run the flats and the downhills, but probably the bigger uphills, we will do a power hike. So that's kind of the speed to expect. And for me, if there's a huge difference in speeds, then I'll do like a sheepdog. So I'll run ahead and then run back and repeat, which is more fun than just like standing in place and getting cold while you're waiting for someone. So that's a good strategy, I think.
I love how you call it sheepdog run. I've never heard that. I mean, is that a common term amongst runners?
I learned that from an incredible runner her name's Bernadette Benson, and she's one of the original Trail Trash members. She's got a bunch of Canadian national records, so she would come out with us and she would sheepdog. So, yeah.
It's neat. That's really neat. Maybe I'll just share a little bit. So, I came from, I started running actually when my first child was born in the like mid-90s. And I ran as a way to cope with stress and, becoming an adult in my late 20s. And so, but somehow, I maybe naturally gifted or whatever, or did it enough that, had a good engine. And so, but I got into adventure sport, or what was that sport called? Adventure, with groups of 4, adventure racing, right?
Yeah.
And it was all about keeping the group of 4 together and finishing together. So we really got into like, pushing each other and hanging off of like ropes and like, elastics, going up hills on bikes and everything. It was all about pushing together. And so, but then, more recent years, as I'm aging and getting slower, but still training with fast people or faster people, like, I actually can't believe when they would run and they would go ahead and then just stand there. They wouldn't run back for me like a sheepdog. But now if it kind of upset me. Like, what kind of person or, mentality is that? Like, to run ahead and then stand and wait at the corner or whatever. It's like, sheepdog back. That's a great term. And it's good to have as I'm getting older and slower. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so I guess I want to commend you on your work and like what you just think, maybe you're a personal trainer or whatever, but I really see you as in our community of, athletes in Calgary as someone who gives a lot to the community. And I just, and I think it's a work for you, you're sharing your thing and promoting it. Can you maybe just comment on that? Do you feel like, in terms of community and work, why do you do it? You're on the executive of the Calgary Roadrunners, and maybe just share like in terms of the work. I know it's not work; it's a volunteer work, but
yeah, thanks. Well, for me, trail running has been truly life-changing. It's changed my whole mental mindset and outlook, and it's been a true gift. And when I started trail running, I didn't even have my license. I took a long time to get my license. So the leader of Trail Trash would actually pick me up for each run, drive me onto the run, drive me back. And so I had a ton of help when I started trail running from other people to enable me to get into the sport. And because it's been so incredible for me, it just gives me such a sense of freedom. I feel it's really important and it's very rewarding for me to try to share that with others. So yeah, I do whatever I can to try to make running more accessible to other people who might be interested in getting into it. And in particular, trail running, because for me, I ran on the roads, but I found it painful and uncomfortable. And I was very focused on the splits on my watch, and I get very frustrated when I didn't hit them. But when I started trail running and I could just run by effort and how I felt and became a lot more in touch with my body, it opened up whole new doors that I didn't even know existed. So yeah, that's important to me to share that with other people.
Awesome. Well, we thank you for it. Tell me a little bit about, I understand why you live in Bowness, like knowing Calgary or and our city. And can you tell us a little bit about, do you own your own home in Bowness? Have you owned real estate in Calgary? Has it been a positive experience? And when I say that question, we are a boom bust economy, or seem to have been in my time here since 2003. And I understand it was like that before I got here. Any comments on that?
So yes, we bought our house about 6 years ago. So we're in Bowness. We're in an older 1950s bungalow, which is quite typical for Bowness. And one thing that I love about Bowness is it still has its kind of small town feel, even though it's pretty central in Calgary. So I used to work downtown, and I could drive downtown in less than 20 minutes. But to get out of the city, I don't even have a single light. I can just drive straight out of the city. So for me, it's incredibly convenient in that regard. And then also we had a dog, so it was important to find an area with lots of off-leash areas. So the river is right here, and then you have green spaces which go west out of the city, and then the whole Paskapoo area up at Winsport. So yeah, it's been great for us. In terms of the boom bust, we bought our house, I think, when it was really highly valued. So I don't know if we got the best deal in that regard, but it looks like the value is going up again. So yeah, I don't know. We just wanted to live in Bowness, so we weren't too picky about what the house cost. It was more about the location.
Right. And you're not aware like I'm aware. So I guess you bought it in 2014 at the peak. If you bought it in 2015, it was not the peak you mentioned about 6 years ago. So it was probably closer to 7 years ago. And so 2013, 2014 was the peak. But at the same time, you're just paying your mortgage down and you're not noticing because you're not moving. So good for you. And so recently in the past year, our prices of single family detached homes have gotten back up to that peak level of our last high, which was 2013, 2014. The same can't be said about condos. Condos are still about 18% less than they were at our last peak. But it's funny, Joanna, if you had bought that same house in some place like, I guess, Victoria or Nanaimo or maybe, Burlington, you would be looking at probably at least like a $500,000 gain in your money. So I just for fun, okay? So right now, the affordability of our homes in Calgary are like some of the most affordable homes in the country in terms of a major center. Currently, we're seeing a lot of people come here, and I suspect that right now our inventory, maybe I'm getting boring here, but our inventory is really low. And so we're seeing that turn around.
Yeah, I think our property, we're on an amazing, huge lot with mature trees, and just we live really in the best place, really quiet street. So if someone wanted to buy just a quiet, detached home, I'm pretty sure that we could get good value for a house.
Oh, I know you can. Yeah, right now. And I'm confident you can. The other thing about a place like Bowness is, and something I'm hearing more about, people that are more interested in, is the potential to suite the property, have a detached garage, put a carriage house on top of the garage, maybe tear down the existing bungalow and put up 2 infills. You have a lot of options there in that neighborhood. Have you done that? Have you considered suiting your property, or is that an option for you? Or?
No, but I'm almost 100% sure whenever we sell, that's what will happen. Yeah. So I think we're going to stay here for a long time, just as is.
Great. And what about the boom bust economy? Being your age and having, I don't know, maybe friends that move in and out of the city from other places. How is that affect? And in terms of your own corporate work as a fitness trainer, you see people huffing and puffing and, maybe trying to improve their lives. Maybe they're going through some heck. Have you seen the boom bust economy of Calgary positively or negatively affect your own community or your own network? And how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I see it a lot because I work in corporate fitness. So most of the fitness centers I've managed are with oil and gas companies. So I see it firsthand for sure. And before I managed fitness centers, I was a personal trainer full time. So yeah, the pay and finding clients was really easy during the boom. And then during bust, it's pretty amazing to see, and pretty sad to see so many people get laid off and reduced wages. But also now that I've been training for 13, 14 years now, and been in the industry for a while, you can kind of see that it comes and goes. And so even if you're in a bus cycle, it'll come back eventually.
Right. It's good to be aware of that. Yeah. Joanna, I just realized we were coming sort of to, I wanted to be cautious of your time and our listeners' time, but we haven't talked much about the mountains. And you really, really caught my attention. I don't know, it must have been 2 years ago when I would follow you on Strava and I'd see these big routes of yours, big runs in the mountains. Can you tell us a little bit about some of your favorite epic-ish type days in the mountains or runs or traverses or routes that you've done? And do you have any maybe upcoming goals in the next sort of season?
Yeah, so one of the biggest traverses, the most exciting traverses I've done was with my friend Ariel. We did the Livingston Range Traverse. So if you drive south to Crow's Nest Pass, you'll notice this ridge line just west of Highway 22, and it's 35 kilometers long. And it's a lot of sustained scrambling, over 3,000 meters of climbing. And you just see this ridge line, it just calls to you. So a few years ago, Ariel and I, it was actually our third attempt, and we finally managed to complete that traverse in a single push. And for me, that was super rewarding. Unfortunately, we thought the finish of the traverse, like the official traverse, was the Frank Floyd Visitor Center. And then after we finished, we got a message from the guys who hold the FKT, and the finish is actually Highway 3.
Oh, no.
So we missed it by a couple kilometers. So we have to go back and repeat the traverse at some point to get like the official route. But we're actually really excited to do it again.
Do you think you can get the fastest known time on that next attempt?
For women, for sure, because no other women that I've talked to, like I only know people who've done it as an overnight. So any women out there who want to do the traverse in a single push, you should do it so that we have a time to go again.
Good.
But yeah, the male time is quite quick. I don't think we could beat that. And then one other like big thing that I have done that I'm really proud of was hiking the GDT last summer with some friends. So that is a route from Waterton to Mount Robson. It's 1,000 kilometers.
Wow.
And yeah. So
I've heard Robinson, and I'm thinking Robinson's way up north, and I hear Waterton. I know where that is.
Yeah.
But there must be another mountain called Robinson. Okay, but it's not. It's the one.
No, it's the Mount Robson. Yeah. So that was
the GDT Great Divide Trail, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So I had that in my mind to just do, someday or in sections, maybe like 200 miles at a time or something. And then my friend Alicia sent a message saying, hey, I'm applying for this grant from the Vancouver International Mountain Film Festival, and we're going to hike the GDT. Like, do you want to come? And so I just said, screw it, like, why wait? Let's just do it. So I joined the team, and we got the grant. And then, in 2020, we attempted. It was actually supposed to be 1,100 kilometers, so you hike north of Mount Robson. But we got hit with some really terrible weather. Mm-hmm. So we failed at Mount Robson, which is the more common exit. So that's another one I'll just have to do again.
Well, you don't believe me. How long did it take you to do that 1,000K?
18 days.
That's fast.
So we're doing like 50 or 60K per day.
And carrying your gear, of course.
Yeah. And so that's like, when we talk about the trail running community and how amazing it was, I had so many people meeting me to help us with resupplies and to feed us whenever we had a road crossing or something, just to make it a bit easier. So we had a lot of help, and I don't think it's possible to do it in a fast time without having a whole community to support you. So that was super cool and very, just amazing to see all those people come around and support us. Oh, and then, in terms of goals, I got into the Hard Rock 100 finally this year. So wow. I've been applying since 2013. So that's my big goal for this year.
Explain to our listeners, what is the Hard Rock 100? I should know, but I'm a little vague myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's one of the original mountain 100-mile ultras. It's down in Southwest Colorado. Matt and I have done a lot of road tripping down in the area, so I've experienced what the mountains are like down there. And it covers 100 miles and about 10,000 meters of climbing. And there's a lot of off-trail kind of alpine cross-country. You get up over 14,000 feet in altitude, considered a very rough, very challenging ultra. And they only allow 140 runners in each year, so it's very challenging to get into the race. Plus you have to run qualifiers and then enter the lottery, and then hopefully your name gets drawn. So
wow.
I've been trying to qualify. And
8 years. Yeah. Good. Well, congratulations. I look forward to watching that.
Yeah, I'm super excited. You should YouTube it. It's a very cool race.
Yes, and we'll share a link here in the notes. And so, Joanna, you're fast. You race, like do our local 10K road race ever these days, or have you? I assume you have. And so you're doing the Hard Rock 100, so that's a race. And so do you race the Sinister 7 or the local trail running races around here, the Grizzly?
Yeah. So yeah, I do some races. I guess I haven't been racing much recently. I've ran Sinister 7 3 times actually. I did it once with a partner and I've done it twice solo. And I attempted it last year, but I didn't finish because it got smoky and I have asthma. Yeah, I can't tolerate smoke. So hopefully at Hard Rock there's no smoke.
Right. Yeah,
like my favorite local races would probably be Iron Leg is definitely a favorite. I've run that one 3 or 4 times. It's really awesome if you haven't tried it. And there's different distances from 20K all the way up to 100. So it's very accessible to lots of different runners. I don't run road races, to be honest.
Have you ever?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I started running, I'm not very fast on the road. If you ever see me run, I have a super awkward stride. And I'm not very good at road running. So I was trying to get under 20 minutes for the 5K this summer, and I think I ran like 2017. So yeah.
20 minutes, 17 seconds. That is fast, folks. For the listeners who don't know, it's quite fast. And fast is a relative term. Sure. I mean, the world class, women world class might do, but they do 13 minutes. Do you know? I mean, that's like the best runner in the world. Right?
Yeah, they're definitely sub 15.
Sub 15,
Yeah.
Like the fastest. So you're fast at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
For sure. Good goal. But I'm surprised that you would even have that goal if you don't think of yourself as a road runner. Like you wouldn't have a 5K, but you still speed train for the trail? I guess obviously yes.
Well, that had to do with the Calgary Roadrunners. We were putting on a virtual race series, and so you just submitted your time each week. I don't do a ton of speed training, but I have friends that sometimes influence me. I'm very highly suggestible. If you challenge me to something, I'll probably try it. So that's usually where if you send me a text and say, hey, Joanna, do you want to join me for intervals? I'll be like, fine.
Oh, good. I love doing intervals, but I just cannot do them myself. So you might just find that text coming from me.
Oh, God. Okay. And the one type of speed training I love is where you listen to music on the trails and then you'll run really hard for one song and then jog for an easy song.
Oh, cool.
And I could do that indefinitely. It's so much fun because you go uphill and downhill with your intervals, and you can do really any length of time. You just recover during that every second song. So if you count that as speed training, I do that quite often. So
nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I feel like I have a million other questions. Oh, I just can't help but let this one go. What about the backcountry skiing? You said that's something fairly recently that you've gotten into. And I'm following on Strava, and I saw some pretty epic long day and some high vert in relatively short time. I guess it was you and Matt was launching himself off a cliff, off a jump. It seemed like. I don't know if you remember I commented on his picture or something. Tell me about that. How long have you been backcountry skiing? Is that relatively new? Really?
I think this is my 4th season. That was actually with my friend Colin.
Colin. It wasn't Matt. Okay.
So Colin just is always go hard all the time. and we tour quite a lot together, and he's a very good skier. So yeah, so whenever we're out, it's never like a chill, relaxed pace. It's always, we have to be the fastest for whatever reason, but it's super fun. I really like it. And last year I actually won an entry to a skimo race. So this year I'm going to try the Kicking Horse Deep Dreams skimo race.
Awesome. I'm going to be there.
Oh yeah? Okay, well I'll be in my like heavy backcountry gear because that's all I own. But I'm pretty excited.
What size are your feet? I can lend you light gear, I think.
They're size 8.5 or 9.
Okay,
ladies.
so they're a little bit big, but not that big. Maybe you should try them. I'm serious here. We can talk more about that.
Okay.
So you won an entry, and that will be your first skimo race. Because I was just going to ask you, have you thought about skimo racing?
Well, to be honest, I'm not a very good skier. So
I know. So you'll enjoy the like skimo racing is like absolutely, well, I love it, but it's mostly insane because you go as fast as you can up on the lightest possible gear that you can find or care to spend in terms of money, and then you survive going down. Even when you're a good skier on skimo gear, it's terrible.
Yeah, so that's why I think I kind of want to stay in the gear I'm used to because
right, you don't want to hurt yourself.
I promised my husband that I wouldn't die.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't know what I've never been on a course, so I don't know if there's cliffs you can fall off or something, but I want to stay safe.
My very first skimo race was probably 2009, and it was at Kicking Horse, and it's probably the most challenging course in Canada.
Oh,
I was like, I've been skiing all my life and I consider myself quite a good skier. And I was kind of shocked at the terrain. Like I had no idea, like some of this, and I skied a Kicking Horse a lot and had never skied some of the chutes that they put us on that day, which was awesome. So there's 2 courses, and there's a competitive course and then more of a recreational course. But Joanna, you should probably do the competitive course, but be prepared to, I don't know, just like take it easy maybe. And certainly there's a very few people doing it, but there should be more. So hopefully you'll draw others as well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, honestly, as long as there aren't cliffs, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna there are kind of chutes that are steep, but a fall would just mean a slide down on the snow.
Yeah.
So we'll be fine.
Yeah, I was actually like analyzing the slope angles. I'm like, oh yeah, I've skied that before. Like, don't think I'm gonna die. So I'm excited.
So, Joanna, you've grown up. You went to university. Did you study physical education or that thereabouts, something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, and then I did some additional education beyond that. So I think they call me a clinical exercise physiologist. They keep changing the acronym, but yeah.
And so, you've worked in this city, our boom-bust economy, in oil and gas, and see all the different sectors, and have chosen that kind of, fitness lifestyle and helped others. Just for fun, what profession other than your own that you've been doing would you like to attempt, or maybe would have liked to attempt? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I strongly considered going back to school for geology. I trained a lot of geologists, and this is more during the boom, but I also took a bunch of geology courses as options as part of my degree, and I love it. So whenever I'm scrambling and looking at the rocks and the fossils and stuff, I think geology is so cool. So I'm not going to go back to school, but that would be my alternative profession.
And finally, with 2 last questions, what advice would you give your younger self? And secondly, how do people reach out? What are some ways to, follow Joanna? And maybe what's the best way to maybe connect? Or what words of encouragement would you give our listeners? How do we find you on Meetup, for example, or Calgary Roadrunners?
Okay, so advice for younger self, I think would just be to chill out. Don't look at your watch so much and just relax, because it took me a long time to figure that out. In terms of finding me, I think I'm very open, very easy to find. So it's jford.welsh on Instagram. It's very easy. And then on Meetup, just Google Calgary Trail Runners and their Meetup page will pop up. And I just post on there for when I'm leading group runs.
Joanna, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks, Bryon. This is fun.